In the early months of 1952, Nottingham was a city still healing from the scars of World War II. The streets were filled with the hum of everyday life, shopkeepers opening their doors, children playing in the alleys, and factory whistles marking the rhythm of work. Yet beneath this surface of normalcy, a group of men was quietly preparing a crime that would become one of the most audacious and meticulously planned bank robberies in British history. These men were not the stereotypical criminals of the era. They were calm, calculated, and patient, each bringing a unique skill to the table. Thomas, a former Royal Engineer, had spent years tunneling under enemy lines during the war. Jack, a local laborer, knew Nottingham's underground like the back of his hand, its forgotten sewer systems, disused air raid shelters, and old utility tunnels. Together, they recruited a small team, a locksmith skilled in bypassing locks, a mechanic who could handle tools and machinery, and a lookout who kept watch over the street above. Their target was the prestigious Nottingham branch of a well-known bank, located in the bustling city center. The bank was a fortress, thick concrete walls, steel vault doors, armed guards, and alarm systems that were considered state-of-the-art. But the gang had discovered a secret, a forgotten network of underground tunnels running beneath the city streets, a relic from wartime preparations, long neglected and hidden from public knowledge. For weeks, the gang rented a modest house a few blocks from the bank. By day, they blended seamlessly into the neighborhood, quiet men going about their business. But by night, they descended beneath the floorboards, digging a tunnel that would stretch over 40 meters beneath Nottingham's streets. The work was grueling. The tunnel was narrow, dark, and suffocating. The air was thick with dust and the faint smell of damp earth. Flickering lamps cast eerie shadows on the rough walls. Every swing of a pickaxe sent vibrations through the soil, and every creak of old pipes or shifting foundations threatened to expose them. The men worked in shifts, rotating to keep the pace while avoiding exhaustion. They communicated in whispers, careful not to make noise that might alert neighbors or passing police patrols. The psychological toll was immense. Long hours underground, the fear of collapse, the constant threat of discovery, it tested their resolve. Yet, in the darkness, camaraderie blossomed. They shared stories of the war, hopes for a better future, and jokes to lighten the tension. Thomas, the engineer, often reminded them of the stakes: one mistake, and it's over. But if we succeed, we rewrite the rules. As the tunnel neared the bank's vault, tension mounted. The vault itself was a marvel of engineering: thick reinforced concrete, steel doors, and alarm systems designed to deter any intruder. The gang had studied blueprints, observed the bank's routines, and timed their operation to minimize risk. Their plan was to break through the vault floor, bypassing the main entrances and security guards. The breakthrough was a moment of triumph and terror. As they chipped away at the concrete, the sound echoed ominously in the confined space. They worked carefully to avoid triggering alarms. When the hole was finally large enough, they crawled into the vault, greeted by the sight of wealth-piled high cash bundles, gold bars, and safety deposit boxes. They moved quickly but carefully, loading sacks with money and bonds. Every minute counted. The longer they stayed, the greater the risk of discovery. Outside, Nottingham was waking up, unaware of the drama unfolding beneath its streets. The aftermath was chaotic. Bank employees arrived to find the vault breached and a vast sum of money missing. The police launched a massive investigation, combing the neighborhood and questioning locals. Rumors flew: was the gang made up of ex-soldiers? Local workers? How had they managed to tunnel so far without detection? The stolen money vanished, deepening the mystery. The police pursued leads tirelessly but were outmatched by the gang's careful planning and secrecy. The tunnel entrance was concealed, and the robbers vanished into the city's shadows. The robbery became a legend, a symbol of audacity and ingenuity. It reflected the social tensions of the time, a post-war society grappling with change, inequality, and the desire for freedom. The men who pulled off the heist were both criminals and folk heroes, challenging a system that many felt was unjust. Years later, the Great Nottingham Bank Robbery remains a captivating story of patience, skill, and daring. It reminds us that sometimes the greatest crimes are not those marked by violence or spectacle, but those carried out quietly, beneath the unsuspecting feet of a city. But the story does not end with the robbery itself. The investigation that followed exposed the limits of law enforcement at the time. Police officers, though diligent and determined, faced a labyrinth of dead ends. The gang's meticulous concealment of their tunnel entrance, a cleverly disguised cellar door beneath an old shed, meant that no immediate clues led to their capture. Witnesses reported nothing unusual, and the neighborhood remained oblivious to the crime unfolding literally under their feet. The public reaction was a mixture of shock and fascination. Newspapers ran sensational headlines, dubbing the event the silent heist and the tunnel robbery. Radio broadcasts featured interviews with experts speculating on the gang's methods. Some members of the community even admired the robbers' ingenuity, viewing them as clever underdogs outsmarting an inflexible system. The social context of post-war Britain added layers to the narrative. Many working-class citizens faced economic hardships, rationing was still a part of daily life, and opportunities for social mobility were limited. Stories of rebellion, even criminal ones, resonated with a public eager for change. The robbers, in a way, became symbols of resistance against a society they perceived as unjust and unyielding. Over time, the robbery inspired books, documentaries, and even fictionalized accounts, each exploring different facets of the crime, the human drama, the technical challenges, and the social implications. The tunnels themselves became a subject of urban legend, sparking curiosity and intrigue. Today, the Great Nottingham Bank Robbery stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the complex motivations behind crime. It challenges us to look beyond simple labels and consider the broader forces at play: history, society, and the indomitable spirit of those who dare to defy the odds.